Oh man. Oh man. Hi, I'm Justin, and I can't believe it. The Simpsons are getting another movie. So yeah, I know this is probably like a week old, but I gotta talk about it. The Simpsons are getting another movie! Yes! Y'all probably have already seen this, everyone's talking about it, but I wanted to talk about it because, hey, it's my channel, I'll do what I want. The Simpsons are coming back for another movie! Yes! Now, if you don't know about me, eventually I will have to do a video about it at some point, but yes, one of my favorite TV shows is The Simpsons. I grew up with the show. Technically I did. I wasn't allowed to watch it a lot as a kid, but I would watch it later in life. But yeah, man, that's one of my shows. I love the movie. The movie was the only Simpsons thing I was allowed to watch. And that's because I watch it with family. But yeah, man, I'm excited for this. The Simpsons are coming back. I can't wait. Yeah, so if you don't know what's happened, Disney and Fox Twitter accounts announced officially, it's been rumored for a while, there was talks about it happening, I think a few years ago, but now it's officially confirmed. The Simpsons are coming back to theaters in 2027. They didn't say it was the Simpsons Movie 2, but it's the Simpsons Movie 2. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be called that, but that's what we're calling it for right now. But yes, the Simpsons Movie 2 is happening in 2027, and I cannot wait for this. So, we have no plot details, no who's going to be in the cast, who are going to be celebrities involved with this. I'm pretty sure they're going to bring everybody back from their cast from the show. But, so far, from what I'm seeing, all he knows that it's coming out in July 23rd, 2027, which I think that is a few days from the 20th anniversary of the original film. I really think that, so crazy that that's the case, but you know what? I don't know why this hadn't happened already. Obviously, they didn't want to make it, because the production took the first movie. The production of the first movie is very fascinating. If you have not looked at that production, look at it, because it's very fascinating. But yeah, man, I'm very excited about this. I of course, love the first Simpsons movie. I saw it, not in theaters, because I wasn't old enough to watch it with people yet, even as with people. So, I watched it on DVD. I got it for Christmas in 2007. So, I got really excited when I got it. So, I watched. You don't know what the history of the movie. When that movie came out, it got marketed out the wazoo. I'm talking Burger King had a bunch of figures for it with their Happy Meal, with their kids' meals. Who's tight? I think 7-Elevens were turned into Quickie Marts. Yeah, and of course Butterfinger. I think a bunch of other people talked about it. But yeah, man, The Simpsons are coming back to theaters. This is pretty awesome. I find it weird that it took 20 years for that to happen. Who's feeling old yet? Now, I've got some questions, I got some concerns. I've got some feelings about it, which, of course, being a fan, will be fun. So, first off, what celebrities are going to be involved in this thing? Because in the first movie, you didn't really get a whole lot of celebrities, but you got enough to go, okay, you got Green Day in the beginning of the film. That shows you how old that film is. You had Tom Hanks. Spoiler alert, Tom Hanks was in the movie. And you had Albert Brooks, Marlin from Finding Nemo, as the villain. So I wonder who are going to be celebrities. I know they're probably going to get a lot of celebrities for this film. They've got to. Simpsons are always known for getting celebrity voice cast in their show. So I'm kind of curious. I know they're going to call up Sydney Sweeney. I know they're going to call up freaking... Please get some celebrities. If you get Taylor Swift in this thing. I know you're going to get some big-time celebrity to play the villain. That's got to happen. I know it's going to be crazy to think about, but I really want to see what they get as the villain. And of course, what are you going to parody? Because that was the big thing of the Simpsons movies. They made fun of a lot of stuff. Like, they made fun of Arnold Schwarzenegger being the president. Which, that aged horribly. You had freaking Homer polluting the lake. You had freaking Alaska being made fun of. I'm kind of curious of what they're going to do. Because I don't think you can do Springfield gets domed off again. I don't think that's going to be the case. Will this be in 2D? Because, as you know, we don't really get a lot of 2D films, We get very few of them. I think Looney Tunes Day Blew Up was a perfect example of that. So I'm kind of curious if this is going to be 2D, or a mix of 2D and 3D, or if this is going to be 3D entirely, we don't know. I imagine it's probably going to be a 2D, but it would not shock me if at sometime during the movie they become 3D. I think that'd be really fun. Simpsons in 3D is something that they did not do a lot of in the show. I know there's that Treehouse at Horror episode that completely comes to mind. But as far as like 2D for a whole episode, I don't think they've done it. So, or 3D, Gesundheit. I don't think 3D is something they've done a lot of. So I'm kind of curious if this is going to be in 3D or not. And most importantly, who are they going to focus the plot on? Because obviously, they center it around Homer, of course. And a lot of it was on Bart. Or actually not Bart, on Lisa. So, we're not actually going to try to focus on all of them if you really think about it. Not so much Marge, I don't think. But I think Marge should be the focus of the second film. Because a lot of it, I know a little bit was on Bart, but a lot of it was on Homer. So I'm curious if they're going to focus on Marge, focus on her side of the story, or if it's just going to be about all the Simpsons. I think it'd be really fun to focus and learn more about Marge. Because I don't think I know a lot about her, even though I watched it for a long time. So I'm curious. Also, will the side characters be shown off a lot more? Because in the movie, obviously, you had to focus on the Simpsons and their whole adventure. So the side characters did not really get a lot of screen time. Make the side characters more prominent in the sequel. They're just as big a part of the Simpsons as the Simpsons are. You gotta make them prominent. Get your Apu's, get your Millhouses, Skinners, all that. I want to see the Simpsons side characters prominent. Do not make them, sidelined. I want to see at least some of them, like the ones that are most popular. Like, I know you can't show all of them, but I would like to see some of them. And of course, that classic score, that classic theme song, The Simpsons. I really hope they play it with the sequel to the gag from the first movie in the opening. Sequel to the movie on the big screen. It'd be really cool. Then we got the biggest thing. What are they gonna do that's gonna cross the line? Now, if you don't know what happened in the film, if you got the DVD version at least, I know it was edited on TV. But if you watch the DVD version and the unrated version, there was a scene that a lot of people got concerned about. I think I remember seeing it on the news. There was a scene where Bart skateboarded nude. Watch the movie, you'll understand. And there was a specific scene that got a lot of people ticked off. I wonder what they're gonna do to top that. Oh Lord, I'm really, really, very, very excited about this, but also very concerned. And that's my biggest thing, is the concern. How are you going to top the first Simpsons movie? I'm not saying it was a masterpiece or anything like that, because there was a lot of problems with that movie. But how are you going to top that? Because that movie was a big deal when it came out. And yeah, I know some people were kind of overblowing it, because not a lot of people talk about that movie now. But it just seems to me like, how are you going to top the Simpsons movie? So I'm kind of curious of what they're going to do. Yeah, like I said, we got no plot, we got no cast, at least as far as the celebrities concerned. I would make it a safe bet that a lot of the cast from the first film will return, at least the show cast. And of course, they're going to get their celebrities, so. But all we got is a poster and the release date saying that it will come out in 2027. I've got a feeling that it might be pushed back a little bit. I mean, let's be real. That movies take a long time to make, people. Maybe they were already working on this and this is like the formal announcement. But yeah, interesting that they're coming out right after Secret Wars, or is it right before Secret Wars? I can't remember. And right after Spider-Verse, because that's going to be the biggest challenge, man, is they have Shrek, they got whatever Marvel film they want to put out in 2027, they got Spider-Verse, and I think they got Secret Wars right after, like in May of 2027, right? Do I have to look that up? If I'm wrong, the edit will be right here, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, man, between Shrek and freaking Spider-Verse, Simpsons got a bit of an uphill battle. Those movies, especially Spider-Verse, and especially Shrek 5. So it's going to be really tough for them Simpsons. So I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, that movie is successful, because who knows. Also, I just got to bring up this thought, because this thought come in my head too. I just love that that the Simpsons movie happened, South Park movie happened, we're getting a Bob's Burgers movie happened, which is a good movie. I don't know if a lot of people saw it, but it was a good movie. It's on Disney Plus. Go watch it. And we got a Simpsons movie, sequel to Simpsons movie coming on the way. Yet no Family Guy or American Dad film. We're just never gonna do those, huh? Are we ever gonna get those movies? I'm pretty sure we're probably not. Whatever. But yeah, those are just my thoughts on the Simpsons movies two announcement. Nothing really more to go into detail about. I'm just detailing my excitement for it. Like I said, I am a big Simpsons fan. I don't know everything about the show. I'm not gonna claim that I do. I'm just a big fan of the show, so I'm really excited for this. Now, Devil's Advocate, I've said this before, maybe they'll do something that will turn me off. Like I said, going back to the 3D animation thing. I don't know if they're gonna do 3D, but we'll see. But that's just my thoughts. I really wanted to talk about it, and I wanted to put it in a video. So yeah, I'm just excited for it. So y'all have a good day. We'll talk about this later. Bye.